Dear brothers and sisters, it is with great joy that I address you at this special moment. Today I invite each one of you to open yourselves to the promises of God contained in Psalm 91. This psalm teaches us about the security we find in God, our refuge and fortress. It reminds us that, even in times of difficulties and uncertainties, we can trust in divine protection. Lord, in the name of Jesus, I come before you with a grateful heart. May your presence surround each one of us, bringing comfort and peace. We remember that those who dwell in the secret place of the Most High, under the shadow of the Almighty, are safe. May we find refuge in you, knowing that you are our shield and protection. At this moment, we reflect on the importance of trusting in God in all situations of life. Just as a father cares for his children, God cares for us. He promises to deliver us from snares and destructive plagues. Many times, we face fears and insecurities, but the Word assures us that we do not need to fear. In our daily lives, we encounter challenges that may lead us to question our security. However, when we remember the promises of God, we find strength to move forward. Life can be unpredictable, but the faithfulness of the Lord is constant. He promises to be with us in all difficulties, guiding our steps. When we look at adversities, it is easy to lose hope. However, the Lord calls us to trust in His protection. Each day is a new opportunity to experience His grace and goodness. As we face the storms of life, may we always remember that we have a safe shelter in God. Whether in moments of sadness or joy, His presence is our certainty. He promises that if we cry out to Him, He will hear us and answer us. In times of distress, we can seek His face and find comfort. God invites us to lay our worries before Him and trust in His plan. Just as the birds find shelter in their nests, we too can find rest in His Word. May our faith be like an anchor, firm and secure, even amidst the storms. As we take refuge in God, we experience renewal and strength to face each day. Lord, as we draw near to you, we recognize that your protection is a safe haven. We know that, even when life becomes difficult, you are the one who keeps us. In you, we find refuge and relief amid tribulations. May our trust in you grow each day, remembering that we are not alone, for your presence envelops us like a mantle. It is comforting to know that when we call upon your name, we find immediate help. When distress approaches, may we remember your promises. The Lord assures us that, despite adversities, we do not need to fear, for your hand is always extended to protect us. May our hearts be steadfast, knowing that the faithfulness of the Lord is our strength. As we walk through this world, we face dangers and challenges, but in you we find peace that surpasses all understanding. May we look at difficulties with the certainty that your wings cover and guard us. In the midst of the storm, we can trust that your truth is our shield and protection. When the days grow dark, it is easy to feel lost. However, Lord, teach us to always seek your light. In every situation, may we remember that your word is a sure guide. May faith lead us, even when our vision becomes blurred, for we know that you are with us every step of the way. In moments of uncertainty, may our hearts turn to you. You are the one who delivers us from evil and leads us to still waters. May we always remember that, even when life seems confusing, you have a plan for us. Trusting in you is our greatest foundation, and in your arms we find security. Lord, may we experience the joy of being in your presence. Amid difficulties, we know that your faithfulness sustains us. May our prayer be a reflection of the trust we have in you, and may our fears be dispelled by the certainty of your love. In every situation, may we remember that we are protected by you. When the voices of insecurity rise, help us silence those doubts with the assurance of your word. May we affirm our trust in you, knowing that nothing can separate us from your love. In every challenge, may our faith be the anchor that keeps us steady, even amidst the waves. And as we live each day, may our lives be a testimony of your goodness. May we reflect the peace we find in you, sharing that hope with those around us. That in all we do, we may glorify your name and be a light to those who are still seeking shelter. Lord, we continue to open ourselves to your protection. May each day be a new opportunity to experience the depth of your love. In every step we take, may we remember that we are safe in you, and may our faith always be renewed. Your presence is our greatest treasure, and in it, we find true peace. It is essential to find moments to connect in prayer. These moments are not just rituals but opportunities to establish a sincere dialogue with the Creator. By dedicating time for this, we open our hearts and minds, allowing divine light to illuminate our uncertainties and doubts. Prayer becomes a sacred space where we can share our inquietudes, anxieties, and hopes. When we turn to you, Lord, we surrender our worries and longings. This act of surrender is fundamental to our inner peace. By expressing our fears, we find relief, as we know we do not have to bear them alone. May the practice of prayer teach us to release the burdens that often weigh us down, trusting that you, who are love, are always willing to listen and embrace us. Gratitude is an essential aspect of prayer that we often forget. As we look around us, we notice the blessings that surround us, even in the small things of everyday life. Lord, may we recognize and give thanks for every detail, for every smile, for every moment that brings a breath of joy amid the routine. May gratitude become a habit in our lives, transforming our perspective and helping us see the world with eyes of hope. When we face challenges, it is natural to feel discouraged. However, when we turn to you in prayer, we find renewed strength. May we see prayer as a source of power, capable of lifting us up in times of weakness. As we remember that we are your children, may our identity in you encourage us to move forward, even when the path seems dark. It is essential that, in our prayers, we also seek discernment. May we ask you for wisdom to make decisions that align with your will. Lord, guide us in our paths and illuminate our minds, so that we can act with justice and compassion. May prayer help us be more sensitive to the needs of others and act in a way that reflects your love. As we dedicate ourselves to prayer, we are reminded of the importance of community. May we unite our voices in prayer, supporting one another in intercessions. The strength of collective prayer is powerful and can bring transformation, not only to our individual lives but to our entire community. May we be instruments of peace and love in the world, reflecting the unity we find in you. Moreover, it is vital that prayer becomes a daily practice, a moment of pause amid the chaos, setting aside time, even if brief, to quiet ourselves and listen to your voice is essential. May we cultivate this space in our schedules, remembering that it is in this silence that we often hear the answers we seek. Prayer is not just about speaking, but also about listening to your whisper in our hearts. And may we find renewal and hope in every prayer. May our constant practice help us develop a deeper relationship with you. Each day, as we draw closer to you, may we feel your presence surrounding us, bringing comfort and clarity. May prayer reflect our trust in you, strengthening our faith and keeping us steadfast amid the storms. In every step we take, may our practice of prayer become an expression of who we are. May we not only seek you in times of need, but also celebrate victories, recognize blessings, and share our journey of faith. May our life of prayer be a living testimony of your goodness and love, impacting those around us. May we learn to live in constant dialogue, always open to your guidance and your peace. Faith is a solid foundation that allows us to face adversities with courage and hope. When we place our trust in God, we find a strength that propels us forward, even in the face of the most difficult challenges. The certainty that He is by our side opens doors to peace and prosperity, allowing our hearts to remain serene amid life's storms. It is this trust that makes us believe that, regardless of the circumstances, better days are ahead. In our daily lives, it is essential to remember that every step we take can be guided by a higher power. When we surrender our plans and dreams to God, this surrender is not a sign of weakness but rather a demonstration of faith. When we trust in His guidance, we make room for Him to lead us down paths that many times we cannot see, but that are filled with opportunities and growth. The happiness we seek is often linked to our ability to let go of excessive control over our lives. By recognizing that there is a greater purpose in everything, we can relax and allow God to work in our lives. This surrender transforms us, turning challenges into valuable lessons. It is in this process that we find true joy, a joy that does not depend on external circumstances but springs from a deep connection with the divine. When we feel lost or disoriented, prayer becomes an anchor. As we seek your presence, we find clarity and direction. It is in this moment that we can hear God's voice guiding us, bringing peace to our spirit. This practice of turning to you for guidance helps us discern our paths and make decisions that align with your will. May we always remember that in moments of uncertainty, it is your light that illuminates our decisions. Trusting in God also motivates us to be agents of change in our surroundings. By living according to divine principles, we are inspired to act with love and compassion. This attitude not only transforms our lives but also impacts those around us. May we be reflections of your love, bringing hope and comfort to those in difficult situations. The love we receive should be shared, creating a cycle of kindness that resonates in our community. As we cultivate this connection through prayer, we are reminded of the importance of nurturing our spirituality. The constant practice of communicating with God strengthens us, transforms us, and prepares us to face what is to come. May we never underestimate the power of a sincere prayer, for it is through it that we find renewal and vigor to continue our journey. Each time we dedicate ourselves to this dialogue, we reaffirm our faith and trust in the Lord. True prosperity goes beyond material possessions. It resides in the emotional and spiritual health we develop. When we seek the peace that comes from God, we find a state of well-being that transcends difficulties. This state of mind is nourished by gratitude, hope, and the certainty that, no matter what we face, we are not alone. May we always find joy in the little things, recognizing that each day is a new opportunity to grow and learn. Finally, may our walk of faith always be accompanied by the assurance that we are in good hands. With each step, may we feel your presence guiding and protecting us. May prayer become a pillar in our lives, a constant source of strength and inspiration, allowing us to live fully with purpose and hope. Every moment spent in your presence is an investment in our peace and happiness. May we continue to seek and find in you everything we need to move forward. As a new day begins, we lift our hearts in gratitude for the gift of life and the beauty of creation that surrounds us. Each dawn is a reminder of your infinite love, a renewed opportunity to witness the wonders that have been granted to us. As we look to the sky and the nature blooming around us, we recognize your hand in every detail, in every living being that makes up this world. We thank you for the vibrant colors of the sun, for the song of the birds, and for the serenity of the wind that caresses our skin. May our appreciation for these small things remind us of the greatness of your plan. In this new cycle that begins, we ask for renewal in our strength, courage to face the challenges that arise, and wisdom to discern what is truly valuable in our lives. May each difficulty be seen as an opportunity for growth, a chance to become better versions of ourselves. May the strength we seek come not only from our own effort but from the intimate connection we have with you. When we feel weak or discouraged, may we remember that true strength comes from you, and it is this strength that sustains us in times of uncertainty. It is essential that throughout this day we become instruments of love and kindness. May our actions reflect the light we receive from you, and may we touch the lives of others with gestures of compassion and understanding. In a world that often seems filled with indifference, may we be agents of change, spreading the love that has been given to us. In the simplicity of a smile, in a word of encouragement, or in an act of generosity, may we be reflections of your goodness, making a difference in the lives of those who cross our path. As we ask for courage, may it manifest in our willingness to act, even when fear tries to paralyze us. May we have the boldness to stand up and fight for what we believe in, to defend those who have no voice, and to take a stand for justice. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. May your presence strengthen us, reminding us that we are not alone on this journey. The wisdom we seek should be pursued in moments of silence and reflection. May we open our hearts to hear your voice, guiding our choices and decisions. Life is filled with paths and options, and may we discern which one leads us to a greater purpose. As we make decisions, may we always ask ourselves how our actions can reflect the love we have received, and how we can contribute to the greater good. In our journey, it is crucial to cultivate a spirit of gratitude. As we look around, may we see the blessings that often go unnoticed. Every moment, every interaction is an opportunity to recognize your presence in our lives. May gratitude become a daily practice, transforming our perspective and empowering us to live with joy and contentment. Even in difficulties, may we find reasons to give thanks, knowing that every step is part of a greater plan that leads us to good. And so, throughout this new day, may our intentions be pure and our hearts open. May we always seek your light, allowing it to guide us in every decision and action. May prayer remain a conduit between us and you, strengthening our faith and reminding us of the importance of connecting with the divine. May we live in such a way that our lives are a testimony of your love and goodness, inspiring others to do the same. May the light that shines in our hearts radiate, bringing hope and love to a world that needs it so much. May your presence envelop us in every step we take, and may we feel your guidance even in the most challenging situations. Guided by your teachings, may we always be an extension of your love, promoting peace and kindness in everything we do. As we reflect on the beauty of creation, we realize that every element of the world has a divine purpose. The majestic mountains, the serene rivers, and every leaf dancing in the wind speak to us of the greatness of the Creator. Looking at nature is an invitation to contemplation and recognition that we are part of something much greater. May we connect with this essence at every moment, feeling the harmony that unites us with all creatures. By allowing ourselves to be touched by the beauty around us, we become more sensitive to the lessons life offers us. In moments of adversity, gratitude becomes a light that shines in the darkness. It is easy to give thanks when everything is well, but it is in difficulties that we are challenged to find reasons to be grateful. Every obstacle brings with it a valuable lesson, and every pain can teach us resilience. May we look at difficulties as disguised opportunities, recognizing that amid suffering, there is room for spiritual and personal growth. Gratitude in these crucial moments helps us maintain perspective and faith in uncertain times. When we face challenging situations, it is essential to remember that we are not alone. The presence of God strengthens us and gives us the courage necessary to face any storm. When we feel His hand guiding us, we can find comfort and security, even in the most difficult circumstances. May the awareness of His presence inspire us to keep moving forward, confident that He is with us every step of the way. This bond provides us with a sense of belonging and reminds us that we are part of a divine plan, even when we cannot see the path ahead. Another way to express gratitude is through the love we share with others. Human interactions are opportunities to reflect divine light. A gesture of kindness, an encouraging word, or a simple act of compassion can change someone's day and even transform lives. May we be agents of change, using our skills and talents to make a difference around us. When we commit to acting with love, we not only recognize the blessings in our lives, but also inspire others to do the same. Furthermore, cultivating a grateful heart also means recognizing the value of time. Each day is a gift offered to us, and how we use it is our choice. Being thankful for the time we have, whether good or difficult, helps us appreciate the moments and focus on what truly matters. May we live with intention, seizing each moment to learn, grow, and love. By doing so, we transform our life experience into a true testament of gratitude. The exercise of gratitude also requires a willingness to forgive. Often we carry within us grievances that prevent us from experiencing the fullness of life. By releasing forgiveness, we not only relieve our hearts but also make room for gratitude. Forgiveness frees us from the chains of the past and allows us to see the blessings that lie before us. May we have the courage to forgive, recognizing that each of us is in a constant state of learning and evolution. Finally, it is important to remember that gratitude is not just a response to positive experiences, but a continuous practice that transforms our way of living. By adopting gratitude as a lifestyle, we become more aware of the small things that are often overlooked. Appreciating beauty in everyday situations helps us maintain a positive perspective and draws us closer to the divine. May we, each day, cultivate this habit, allowing gratitude to guide us on our journey. Surrendering our anxieties and challenges to God is an act of faith that allows us to release the weight we often carry. When we face uncertainties and fears, it is essential to remember that we do not have to bear these burdens alone. Placing our worries in the Creator's hands offers us relief, for He can transform anguish into peace. In every prayer, as we surrender our desires, we find a sacred space that invites us to trust in His wisdom and love. As we seek wisdom to make decisions that impact our lives and the lives of those we love, we recognize that the pursuit of discernment is a path filled with challenges. The complexity of daily choices can be overwhelming, but by seeking divine guidance, we open our hearts to receive clarity. May we be guided by an understanding that transcends the immediate, allowing our decisions to reflect not only our desires but also God's will for us and those around us. The protection of our loved ones is a deep desire that resides in each of us. As we pray for those we love, we create a space of intercession where we ask for them to be kept safe from dangers and uncertainties. This intercession is not just a request, but an act of love and responsibility. By asking for their safety and well-being, we express our hope and trust in a better future, knowing that each one is under the watchful eye of a greater love. In addition to personal concerns, it is vital to remember that collective anxieties also deserve our attention. We live in a world filled with social and environmental challenges, and it is our duty to intercede for those facing struggles we may not know. By raising our voices in prayer for these challenges, we acknowledge the need for unity and compassion in our communities. May we be instruments of change, bringing hope to those in need, and allowing our intercession to resonate in concrete actions. When we encounter moments of uncertainty, it is also an opportunity to renew our trust in the divine plan. Instead of succumbing to fear, we can choose to see these moments as invitations to greater reliance on God. May we find opportunities to strengthen our faith in every challenge, remembering that He is always present, even in the most complicated situations. This trust becomes an anchor that keeps us steady, even amid storms. The practice of intercession also teaches us the importance of empathy. When we unite in prayer, we not only express our desires but also connect with the feelings and pains of others. This deep connection helps us develop a sensitive heart willing to act. May we always remember the strength that resides in a caring heart, and may that concern translate into actions that promote well-being and peace. As we seek these intentions in our prayers, may we open ourselves to inner transformation. Intercession not only affects those for whom we pray, but also shapes us as individuals. With each act of surrender and supplication, we are invited to reflect on our own lives and seek alignment with divine will. May this journey of intercession lead us to a place of greater love and compassion, both for ourselves and for others. By recognizing the blessings we have already received, we are encouraged to look beyond our worries and to act with generosity. By thanking for each small gift, we strengthen our willingness to intercede with a heart full of love. May we at all times remember that we are called to be channels of blessings, allowing gratitude to flow in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Maintaining prayer as a daily habit is fundamental for strengthening our spiritual life. The regular practice of prayer offers us a space to reflect, meditate, and connect with the divine. This moment of pause amid the hustle and bustle of daily life allows us to recharge our spiritual energies, promoting an inner alignment that is reflected in our actions and decisions. By cultivating this habit, we create a deeper bond with our faith, which becomes a pillar in times of difficulty and a source of joy in moments of gratitude. The dialogue with God, provided by prayer, is a means to express not only our requests and concerns but also to celebrate our victories and achievements. This constant communication helps us to perceive the divine presence in our lives, even in the small things. By recognizing the everyday blessings, we cultivate an attitude of gratitude that connects us even more to the sacred. Prayer, therefore, is not just an act of petition but a form of praise and recognition of what is good and beautiful in our journey. Furthermore, daily prayer strengthens us in times of adversity. In moments of crisis, when discouragement can take over, it is the practice of prayer that brings us comfort and hope. In these difficult times, prayer becomes a refuge, a place where we can pour out our anxieties and fears. By doing so, we find comfort in the certainty that we are not alone, for the divine presence surrounds and guides us. This experience of surrender is transformative and allows us to face challenges with a new perspective. Reinforcing faith through prayer also reflects in our ability to love and serve others. When we dedicate ourselves to pray not only for ourselves but also for those around us, we expand our hearts and our worldview. Intercession becomes an act of generosity, where we place the needs of others first. This practice teaches us to look beyond ourselves, promoting a more united and supportive community. The act of praying in a group, for example, is a powerful way to strengthen community bonds. When we gather to pray, we create an environment of mutual support, where individual concerns become collective. This unity around faith helps us share experiences and testimonies that, in turn, nourish our common spirituality. The power of communal prayer is undeniable, as together we raise our voices in search of healing, peace, and hope, creating a sacred space of love and welcome. The practice of prayer also encourages us to reflect on our inner life and our relationship with God. This moment of introspection is essential for us to recognize our failures and limitations, as well as our strengths and virtues. Prayer thus becomes a mirror that allows us to see who we really are and who we wish to be. This self-understanding is an important step for our spiritual growth, as it drives us to seek positive changes in our lives. When we approach prayer with an open heart, we are led to a process of transformation. The sincere surrender of our worries and aspirations allows us to make space for new possibilities. This willingness to change and grow is fundamental for us to align with the divine will. In each prayer, the search for a greater purpose becomes clearer, and we feel guided to follow a path that reflects not only our own wills, but also the desire to be instruments of peace and love in the world. Finally, prayer, as a daily habit, invites us to a continuous commitment to spiritual life. It is a reminder that faith is not something static, but a dynamic journey that requires our attention and dedication. By engaging in this practice, we are constantly renewed and strengthened, ready to face life's challenges with courage and hope. This daily surrender transforms not only our lives, but also the lives of those around us, promoting a true spiritual communion that transcends the individual and embraces the collective. The search for the presence of God is an invitation to personal reflection that leads us to a higher state of consciousness. By dedicating time to prayer, we begin to perceive the importance of this sacred space in our lives. This moment of connection is not just a ritual, it is an opportunity to turn inward, examining our feelings, concerns, and aspirations with sincerity. It is in this silence that we can hear the divine voice, which guides us and illuminates the path ahead. The practice of daily prayer encourages us to maintain a constant dialogue with God. This communication is not limited to moments of need, but extends to a continuous celebration of life and the blessings we receive. By adopting this posture, we become more attentive to our surroundings and more grateful for the small wonders that often go unnoticed. Gratitude, thus cultivated, transforms our worldview, making us more receptive to opportunities to serve and love. Moreover, the act of praying invites us to deepen our spiritual life. By reflecting on our intentions and actions, we have the chance to confront our limitations and seek true growth. This journey of self-discovery allows us to align our desires with divine purposes, leading us to a fuller and more meaningful life. Recognizing our weaknesses makes us more humble and, consequently, more open to the grace that God offers us. Prayer is not just an individual practice, but also an opportunity to unite our hearts in community. When we come together to pray, we create a space of love and solidarity, where each person's experiences intertwine, strengthening our collective faith. This mutual support is vital, especially in times of difficulty, as it reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. The power of united prayer encourages us to persevere and seek the greater good, both for ourselves and for our brothers and sisters. Therefore, when reflecting on the power of prayer, it is essential to share this message with those around us. Encouraging friends and family to also dedicate themselves to this habit can be a powerful testimony to the transformation that seeking God's presence can bring. By spreading this practice, we contribute to building a more compassionate and caring world, where God's love manifests in concrete actions. Maintaining a daily practice of prayer challenges us to live with more intention and purpose. This ongoing dedication not only strengthens our relationship with the divine, but also empowers us to act as agents of change in our communities. Thus, prayer becomes a source of inspiration and motivation, driving us to be a light in the lives of others and to reflect the love we receive. May we, therefore, continue in prayer, always seeking God's presence in every aspect of our lives. May each of us carry this reflection into our daily lives, allowing the practice of prayer to become a constant source of hope and renewal. Remember that by taking a moment to connect with God, you not only transform your own life but also positively impact those around you. If you felt touched by this message, subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any inspiring content we have prepared especially for you. Together, we can build a community of faith and love. Let's spread this light and make a difference in the world. May your prayer journey be filled with blessings, and may you always find reasons to believe and act with love. Until next time.